Look at that.
Oh,
Not there yet.
Sunk in. It's a proper.
It's getting there slowly.
well, he's in shape. That's for sure.
What's going on?
What's going on, Chris? What's going on, Dennis?
What's up, champ? How is hey, what's going on in England right now? Are they preparing like we preparing over here?
Yeah, we're preparing. Well, we got Samson over here, obviously preparing. Me preparing.
No, I'm
Everyone's
not.
getting good.
I wasn't talking about bodybuilding. I was talking about preparing
war.
for worse times. Yeah.
Oh, nah, do you know what? It doesn't even hit my radar, Dennis. I'm too busy in a little bubble. But is it quite bad over there?
I got my headphones is in and out. Like I'm trying to somehow. Okay.
Dude, I don't even watch the news. I don't even know what's going on in the world right now. I'm terrible.
Yeah, but the news is not gonna.
Yeah, you can't.
It's going to tell you what they want you to know.
You got to watch the Arabic news, I guess.
Need to know somebody.
Yeah. What's new, guys?
The only place
What's
I see
happening?
anything is on fellow bodybuilders' stories. That's it.
Yeah, well, listen, you're locked in right now, so you shouldn't care what's going on out there anyways, because at the end of the day, for you, the most important thing is the Arnold now in Columbus and then the Arnold in UK. Fuck all the other bullshit. That can wait. They can,
This is very true.
They can do all this and all this shit without you. They don't need us. You know what I'm saying?
This is true, Arnold.
So, but how you feel, man? I mean, I talk to you every time you compete, and the last couple of years, you just haven't been too happy with the result.
Yeah. Kind of get to the Olympia, and then I just don't really deliver at the Olympia. So, I don't know. I thought let's do a big show now, and just do more big shows because otherwise you're never going to get over it.
Right.
So the Arnold is a good chance for me to just jump in and give it some welly. Why not?
Yeah.
This is the first time. This is the first time you compete at Ohio, Arnold.
Yeah,
right?
first time. Yeah, I've wanted to for a while, but obviously you got to earn that spot, and I've been there twice and watched, and I love the vibe, and I think it's a good time. I think I'm ready to step up there.
Yeah, 100%.
So we'll see how it goes.
Hey, listen, I think you're ready too.
Thank you, Dennis.
I
appreciate the expert opinions.
I like what I like about you is this is the last video. I don't know if this is the last video you posted, but the graininess is coming through, for you. And you always had that when you're in shape. Yeah. You have a certain graininess that not a lot of people have. Dorian used to have it, That's the graininess I'm talking about, especially when you turn around and do your back double biceps. I mean, this is where you least expect it because, most people have the thickest skin from behind.
Hey, go on Instagram. I just posted it 5 minutes ago.
Well, yeah.
I got it from James like 10 minutes ago. I said, okay, I have just enough time to post it.
Hey, how did you guys get hooked up? You and
he make it.
in the mind.
I just sent you a message, didn't I, Milos? I just said, yo, what's good?
Listen, like you guys, I've been following James forever and ever, and we all appreciate him, right? And then the stupid me, after that Arnold UK, that I watched just video footage, I made some comments, like I really didn't think that James was as good as he actually was, until I went to Jay Cutler's podcast, and they said, what are you talking about? Here is the real footage. And then when I've seen the real footage, I was like in shock. So I had to apologize to James. I said, like, hey, James, everything I said over there, forget about it. but that was a really shocker for me, because you could have seen, okay, bad footage, but it's bad footage for everybody. So if it's bad footage for everybody, why some guy maybe looks a little bit better, right? But, oh, man, what a rude awakening. So I did apologize for that. And
what a rude awakening. What happened?
No, because, sometimes you think, okay, it's possible to lose a little bit of detail or maybe to change the picture a little bit. But it was, I saw him off and he was on big time.
What show are you talking about right now? I'm sorry.
UK Arnold 2023, right? Yeah.
Is that
two last year off?
Two. Yeah, sorry.
Is that what did you? Is that
Andrew Jack won?
Andrew won.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Andrew won. Patrick Johnson was in second. I was in third.
Yeah.
Oh, right. The guy from Kuwait, the black guy from Kuwait. Yeah.
Very good.
Whatever happened to him? Because I've never seen him. I heard anything from him after that.
I believe he had a bit of bad luck with health.
Oh, really?
Not like bodybuilding. I mean, like maybe something more serious, like a form of leukemia or something. But I think he's getting over it and he's training again, I've heard. So I wish him all the best because he's actually a great guy.
Yeah. Where is he from originally?
I actually don't know. Anyone have any ideas?
I don't know.
He's freaky. He's freaky. He grew a
Yeah.
lot very quickly.
So he's not from England.
No. Some crazy country where they develop some real monsters, I tell you. Yeah.
So, but how
then
you,
As you mentioned for James, he's characteristic that British beef, grainy Dorian style. That's exactly what you see. And needless to say, probably, James, that's your favorite bodybuilder, right, of all time?
Definitely one of. It's, you know, like any of us growing up in bodybuilding, you can only kind of, you can appreciate everyone, but you can only relate to certain people.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes to ethnicity, you know, genetics. Obviously, I'm just a white geezer from England who has to compare myself to what is not obtainable. Well, Dorian's not obtainable. Dorian's Dorian. But I can relate. I can see some, you know, similarities to a degree that I know that I can work towards and have some aspirations towards. So he's, you know, one of my favorite bodybuilders for that alone. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of many bodybuilders, but the one person I can look at in a picture and be like, that's what I'm working towards. I can safely say that's kind of the guy that sets that standard.
did you ever get a chance to meet Dorian and sit down with him?
Yeah, I've met him a couple of times actually,
Okay.
very briefly. I would love to have a proper catch up with him, but it's one of those. I respect his way of life, and I know he's kind of likes his space, unless you're one of his close friends like Chris or you guys. But he's always been very polite, and he even has made a few comments here and there, which have been very nice. He wished us luck with the Arnold, which is very meaningful because Dorian's a man of very few words. So to even get that, I was really like, wow. But I think he's fantastic. I watch Blood and Guts to this day, most days before training, just because it just never fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dorian for sure doesn't say anything he doesn't mean, right? And he pinpoints, you know, he always has valid points, and he's not afraid to express them, you know. So,
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
he always tells Milos a whole lot.
yeah.
He doesn't mince his words, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel going in? What is it? 4 weeks or 5 weeks to the Arnold?
It was
4.5.
5 Sunday, or Saturday just gone, wasn't
So for let's say 4.5 weeks, how do you feel going in there now? How confident are you, and where do you see yourself in this pretty stacked lineup?
Man, some days, like, I don't know if you guys were the same when you were like in the balls deep into your careers. Some days I think I can win. And then other days I might not feel that way, but I know it's just part of the parcel because some days are better than others. So I just roll with it. The days where I don't feel like I can win, I make sure I do what I can to try and reconvince myself I can win. You know, because then at least I can say, well, you didn't let your feelings stop you from doing what you had to do. So just keep doing it. I know it's a crazy lineup. Huddy is Mr. Olympia. Samson is an absolute monster. But we all have our strengths, and I respect my own strengths, and I've learned to appreciate my own strengths. And if my strengths are what people like on the day, then there's no reason why I can't do very well. How well? That's down to the judges. So I can only control what I can control, and I know that I can bring something that my audience, my people will love. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do. And if it sways the judges, and if they like the look, then fuck yeah, take that as well. I'm confident some days. Obviously, it's a process. I'm dieting pretty hard to get the weight down, and then I kind of eat to fill up a bit and come back down. It's a zigzag approach. Seems to be the one that works with my body quite a lot because I do have it's very easy for me to run down so low and not be able to come back. So it's just a management thing really for me right now, which Milos will tell you. I kind of hit him up every few days, say, yeah, I think today is the day where a bit more food needs to go in, and then basically just keep zigzagging that approach. But it's been a really good prep so far, and training hasn't suffered. I'm pleased with the level of condition. I think it's set to be the best I've been. So far, so good.
I totally agree with that. And by the way, congratulations on opening the new gym.
Thank you, man.
Is this your own gym now?
Mine and Jordan Peters. So we
okay.
decided to, we spoke about this 5 years ago and kind of said we'll do it one day, and then it just came into fruition this year, and I've been training there ever since we got the building. So even when it was a bomb site, I was in there training, and I've trained every day there since, and I've loved it. So it's been very helpful.
Awesome. Go ahead, Milos. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, many things. Yeah, I do want to congratulate him for that, Jim. I don't know if you've seen that on Instagram when he was getting pieces of equipment. It was like kid in a candy store, like, oh my God, this piece. So imagine having, personally picked every piece of equipment in that gym. I mean, I can't wait to go there and try it. But listen, having that in a gym,
I'm going with you.
the rest of your career, right?
Please.
Yeah. Having your own gym for the rest of a career where you can isolate yourself and do, what you want, nothing compares. And Jordan, of course.
Jordan's great. He he knows his equipment. So if there's anything I'm unsure of, he's very good at, assisting.
He doesn't take any piece of equipment that can handle 1,000 pounds.
Oh, exactly. You're not going to break anything. Thank God.
Is it far from where you live? Or are you close to it?
No,
close?
10 minutes.
Awesome.
10 minutes now, man. I've moved from London, so I'm not in the city anymore. I've moved 100 miles away to be here to open the gym. But I like it. It's a quiet pace of life.
City is it?
More rural. So now I'm in Cheltenham, which is a sparse town. So it's more like, it's a bit posher, I'll have to say, but it's nice. It's I can come out of my house every day, walk into the high street, whatever you want to call it, and just feel relaxed. It's not hustle and bustle. And it's changed how I feel dramatically, even without changing anything but where I am. So
less city, more like
dude, less city, more. If I go 10 minutes down the road, I'm in the countryside, so I have that option of being in it or out of it. And I'll tell you something, the food here is really good. So once the shows are done, it's pretty good food. There's a lot of choices.
And a lot for the UK.
There's a lot of choices, man.
So if you don't mind me asking, because this is just because I think the fans want to know, because since you are at 5 weeks out or 4.5 weeks out, and you already look like you right there, condition-wise. You don't look like you have to lose any body fat.
I think it's very minimal.
That's what it looks like to me. I don't see any body fat that you have to lose.
I think what it is like, I think if I fill up a little bit, then I can see what's left. When you eat a bit more food, you fill out the muscle, but you see what the skin's doing. Then I know. I don't think there's a lot. I think I agree with you. There's not much.
Yeah, well, if someone is that drive from behind, then there's no way that you got a fat stomach. That's not possible. You know what I'm saying? So being this close so far out, what's your plan for the next 4.5 weeks to make sure? Because I remember when I texted you when I said that I think this is going to be your all-time best. And you replied and you said that let's just hope I can hold on to the muscle.
Yeah.
Or something similar,
Yeah, that's basically what I would have said.
So, and Milos is right here, so that's a good thing to ask. So what are you guys doing right now? That
You see,
a lot of people want to know, what do you do as a bodybuilder who is ready 4.5 weeks out to not lose any unnecessary muscle?
Well, if I can jump in, James is eating his normal foods that he's normally eating. He's veteran of the sport. He's been done that so many times. As you, Dennis, said, we all see James looking crazy going into the Olympia, right? And then losing a little bit. So we are making sure that every few days, let's check, inspect what we expect. I mean, last 5-day updates, he said me, and I told him with the emoji like, oh my God, he lost 200 grams. So he was 273.8 and now 273.6, looking bigger, fuller, drier, harder, leaner. Everything is going in the most perfect direction. I was competing like Chris a million times. And for me, once you are fat free, it's a cruise. It's beautiful. It just, don't be stupid. Don't let yourself, but I can go just a little bit more.
Don't be afraid to feed the body. Yes.
Yes, it's absolutely. Body is asking for a habit. And, to the point, I'm a more as a clean carb guys and clean food, but I allow, if my athlete like James, he likes his burgers and fries, and he has it, right? And the next day he looks fucking perfect. who am I to say, no, I think you should have take, this one. So far, so good. That's what we're doing. Basically, we just discussed a little bit. You just need to do a little run, a little test, dropping the water, just to see where we are at. Because I'm telling you, if you see the pictures from today that I just posted, he's there. He is completely there. He can compete this Saturday. This is basically what I can say. So if he can be just a little bit filled up with the glycogen, just a little bit, right? And a little bit drier, that would be a crazy look. Now, last time we talked about striated glutes shit, which I hate. But, so if I look at James, right now he has a striated Christmas tree. The back is detailed crazy. Okay, you still don't have a striated glutes, right? Yeah. Okay, look at that. Yeah. I should have posted the video, but I was in a hurry and I know, because
leave a little bit of surprise for the Arnold.
Well, I got the permission from James, because I asked him before, like, listen, can I put some pictures when I want to say, I send it to you, do whatever you want with them. I said, okay.
Yeah, because I said this. I said the thing with Milos, I know Milos isn't going to post anything he doesn't like.
Yeah.
So I kind of like, well, obviously Milos has got a good eye. So if he thinks it's okay to post, then it's going to be okay to post. But we've been just showing mostly morning stuff. So I like to do that, because then it will surprise people when they see me actually full. Because I like to show the AM fasted. So you see me like all kind of drawn in and flat, which I love that part of bodybuilding. I like showing when you're like,
me too.
Yeah. And then hopefully what it'll be is, it'll be a surprise when we do our peak and come in nice and full with the condition. People are like, oh shit, he's bursting. Like that would be the bit that we want to show people. So I think, like Milos said, I think if I was to like eat up a little bit now and then manipulate water and bring it down, it'd probably be a pretty damn good look right now. So yeah, could be interesting.
So what's your go-to shot? Like what shot do you like? Okay.
I'm starting to like side triceps, starting to like, I like rear double. The shots are actually like, my shots are getting better from practicing than they have been before. So I'm actually quite happy with the progress. Are they the best shot against everybody else? Probably not. But for me, every shot, even like the midsection's improved this year a lot, which has helped me with the abs shot and the most muscular. I've been really, really nailing abdominal training better than ever before. I think it's showing.
Why haven't you done it before this year?
I think what I was doing before, I think I was doing it too much. I was training abs every day and I wasn't getting as much response out of it. So I don't know whether I was just overdoing it and they weren't recovering. And then this year I do it every other day. But I do different exercises. So I do hanging leg raises, crunches, but then I do an alternative version the next day. I'm just getting better feel out of it. I don't know whether it's the nutrition being better, less food in my stomach, better contraction. Something this year has allowed me to get much better connection with my stomach, whether it's breathing, I don't know, something's just better. And I've just been like, okay, we're on form, keep doing it. And even now, like I'm actually quite happy like to show my abs to my friends. And I used to like be like, no, fuck that, I'm not going to show you these. It's like the one body part. I'm like, nah. But something's better this year. I think the foods I'm agreeing with more as well.
That's one thing I always noticed is I could barely see your abs, and I was like,
they are genetically very shallow.
This big body without having abs.
I have
one thing that I want you to pay attention. Look how flat his stomach is. There's nothing bubbly there. Some people have a bubble and they have to really suck it in. At all times, it's like flat.
But always, he always had a flat stomach.
Waist, super small waist. So combination of flat stomach, super small waist, and then when you can make deep separation, that's going to look crazy. So look at his side triceps. Side triceps is killer. I think that abs make a side triceps.
They do. I've noticed that this year.
Yeah. So once you're full upstairs here, legs, and James has a phenomenal legs. The side tricep shot and going into it, right? So what I do, I analyze how my guys are going into the pose. And of course you're watching, you lost your abs right here. You lost your abs right there. You can't. And now your posing is so phenomenal that everything is popping out perfectly. The only one puzzle that we still don't have, and I'm sure when I see you in person, is going to be different. I still need to create the illusion of a
width.
width. Yeah. I think we said it. If you do this most muscular, or if you widen yourself. So the only thing for you is you're going to go against maybe some wide guys that you need that width. And it's just like positioning. And maybe, Chris, you are the master poser. How do you do most muscular poses without crunching too much
without coming in
and pushing the shoulders out?
Keep the chest up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's gotta. I don't know. I gotta see you do the pose, but for the most part, you're not
what I see,
not over. Like if you have a standard, width of your clavicles, you're not trying to compress them down into your shots and not overly bringing yourself together when you're doing if you're doing the most muscular. Like all those components can be helpful.
I mean, you maybe get to more detail right here, right?
But the cost of...
when I look what we gain, what we lose, I think that to width, because if width is there, you're deadly. You are in contention with Samson and Hadi. I love his attitude.
If I can talk about one pose, this pose right here, I think in that pose, if you try to pop your shoulders more and keep your chest high,
like Chris said there,
and you create a little bit more width, I think it would look even better. But that's something you need to try, because it looks like you focus too much on this here. So so you're making yourself a little bit more narrow than you are.
Like Milos said it, like trying to squeeze out more detail at the cost of volume.
Yes, sometimes you don't want to do that. Yeah,
I hear that.
Yeah, especially when you're tired and
but look how dry he is, though. Because we always say, because he looks dry, you look like you need some lotion,
bro. I tell you, the driest person I've ever competed against was Patrick Johnson last year, like the year before. You put the oil on him, it was like the dryness he had was inspirational. Like I was like, this guy is on. And I'm a sucker for like you guys and your generation, like, and the condition. I'm sick of. I want to like show that people now can do it. So I've got this thing in my head where like I love condition and I want to come in fucking hard, just so like guys like yourselves can be like, yeah, man, it can still be done. And I have my opinions on why people don't come in super sharp. I think most of them are trying to come in too heavy, at the cost of just coming in a little bit more. So I don't know. I'm hoping I can do you guys proud and be like, well, it's nice to see someone in some good condition again.
Yeah, but
let's be honest, at the Olympia last year, there was only 2 guys really in condition. Everyone said it's the top 2.
But I know you, James. I know you as someone who's always crazy conditioned. I remember the first time I watched pictures or videos. You won. I think you won 2 shows back to back.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at the fucking condition on this guy. You stood out,
Thanks, man.
So this is what I know you. I mean, James Hollingshead, I know he can get in shape.
It's now just trying to keep like Miller said, a good amount of volume in the muscle and bringing a good level of condition, because that's what bodybuilding is, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Exactly. Exactly. So. I'm really excited to see, because, hey, listen, and I don't know if you guys heard, but it's not 100% that Hadi is making it to Columbus.
Oh.
You know what? I'm just like so focused going forward. I've had shows in the past where someone's not come when they were meant to. Europa, when I did the Europa and won, originally Rami was going to do that. So obviously I could have let that been like, oh no, he's coming. But I was just like, fuck this, I'm going straight forward. And, it paid off because I just kept my head in the game. I went there and I managed to get a win at that show because I wasn't thinking about everyone else. So it's the same here, whoever shows up. If they don't, they don't. And I'm just going there to try and, I'm trying to win.
I'm not saying he's not coming. I'm just afraid because I heard that he's still pending.
He's not in place yet, huh?
Shit happens as well. There could be other guys like. Who knows?
I mean, the conflicts right now are not helping, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I mean, especially if you're from Iran and if they're putting pressure on Biden to retaliate and blah blah blah. We don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah. I thought he had his visa. I thought he had the visa since last time he was.
No.
I didn't know that. I thought they gave him a fucking 10-year visa or 5-year or whatever. I didn't think that he had to go every time and get a new visa. So it gets harder, and especially now with this shit going on in the Middle East.
Well, we've experienced it. Milos has experienced it with Baruz and other guys, hasn't he? So
yeah,
the shit's shit.
yeah.
All I know is there's 300 smackers, 300,000 on the line, and someone's got to take it home.
Yeah, because
And,
somebody mentioned something yesterday. I think it was Nick, where he says that how he posted something and he wrote 7 weeks out.
Oh, well, like he can only do the UK or something, kind of like maybe US ain't letting him come
People
in.
speculate. I'm not. Don't listen, guys. Whoever listens,
No,
I'm not
sure.
saying Hardy's not doing in Columbus. I hope he is,
just a
and I can't wait to see him there. But
So let's not start any rumors, you know.
yeah. we don't wanna
When did they
no
stop?
rumors.
Yeah, I just got a message from Brian Powers last night about Urs. You know,
What was
so
this Urs rumor?
Urs is competing.
Yeah,
Urs
because
is
he tried to say he
competing,
wasn't, didn't he?
Like somebody said, like he is not competing. Okay. Like 10 minutes ago, my wife
Cito said it.
that NECKZILLA is not competing.
I don't think he is.
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
Yeah, because
You're a good friend of him, aren't you?
because he's eating desserts and stuff, and he's partying. He's not getting ready for no show.
If it was up to me, he would have been in and done.
What happened?
He looked that he can make the
He was,
condition.
Sure.
I know he spent a long time away from his family, and I think when he went back, he spent a lot of time with his family, and his family lived in a rural area of Colombia. There was no gym there, nothing like that. And I know he cleaned out his body.
Yeah.
Like he
Basically did the right thing in many
total
respects.
clean out his body.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to meet up there this week, 30 minutes from here, where we're in TJ, and see what we can do. And I wanted him to just try to get close to the show, because you never know who's going to make it to the show.
Absolutely.
And it's doable to get him over here. It just takes a little bit. So,
But who's helping him with the paperwork and stuff? Because I know he obviously can't do it by himself.
well, I was helping him. I was going to vouch for him to be here in America, but I'm not going to pay my own money to make it all happen. So
Yeah, for sure.
that's where it's going. It's got to be paid.
So his sponsor didn't want him to come here to compete?
Yeah, but I mean, wanting and
doing.
paying, it's just not paid. That's all I got to say.
I hear that.
Paid and I'm
I
not
officially have no headphones.
Well, listen, if he's going to do the New York Pro with Nick Walker there, that's going to be a show.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great show. New York's like that. You consider it's a big show. It's that third one after the Arnold and the Olympia, isn't it? So it's a title people want it, and it's a way for him to I think with him, I still think Nick could probably have got an invite, but I don't think he's that kind of guy. I think he likes to prove himself, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that he chose to compete, you know.
Yeah, I do. He's a war. He wants to go in there and command it and earn his spot. He's a warrior bodybuilder. He doesn't mess around.
But Dennis and Chris, look at James' energy. Look at his level of enthusiasm, right? He's not like drawn out 5 weeks out, hardly talk, right?
Because there's a difference between dieting and being in shape, or dieting and not being ready yet.
Yeah.
So when you diet and you're not ready, you're fucking a mess.
Yeah.
But when you diet and you watch, you can't fucking wait to take another piss so you can hit a shot in the mirror in the bathroom.
Bit drier than before.
Of course. I remember I felt like this a couple of years where I was like, man, this diet can't do nothing to me. Because every day you wake up, you look at yourself and you see shit's working. You know? So, I can see that. That's why I'm excited. I'm really excited. And you said you was 273?
Yeah, 273.6 today.
Shit.
So when we kind of eat, I eat up quite hard for a day, and I put like 6-7 pounds on sometimes, and it comes back down within like 3 days. It's just fluid weight, just from having like maybe a Five Guys or something, and maybe some ice cream and whatnot. Shit, I get in the morning, the fucking lactose goes straight through me anyway, and then I'm back down to body weight again. So it's like, okay, keeps me sane.
Milos, what is he going to bring to the stage? What do you think?
You know what? When you dehydrate yourself, for sure you lose 6-7 pounds.
But how much does he have to dehydrate? Look at him.
Yeah, I know, but you've been there, before. Guys dry, all that stuff, and then he dropped almost 10 pounds. It happens.
I
And
say
this is,
I say it's 8 to 15 pounds when you do
yeah,
when you work
it
with
could be more.
diuretics.
I do remember that one time one of my guys like panicked. He was like, he lost 15 pounds over, just like you said.
Mm.
Hey, he looked fucking crazy, but for him was a scale. Some guys are so much into the scale. And I appreciate that you're looking, James, at this point. But this is why even what I wrote you today, you can expect that much drop, just from manipulation of water. I mean, you're not going to lose any body fat with diuretics. You're not going to lose glycogen, but you're going to lose some of that water. And we are 70% water, So if you really want to come dry, that's what usually happens. Listen, 270, that's a fucking monster, right?
If it's in shape, yeah.
250,
Again,
250 is a monster in shape.
Yeah, exactly. How tall are you? I forgot. You're 5'10"?
5'11".
Oh,
You were that tall?
That's why.
I didn't think you were that tall.
Hopefully, the pictures make me look a bit
That
shorter.
might be British 5'11". They ain't no US 5'11".
No, I'm legit 5'11".
Really?
I promise you. I'm not the shortest.
179?
Huh?
179 centimeters?
180, I think.
180, all right.
Yeah,
Oh, so
man.
you're a
I'm
taller
actually.
guy.
I think I'm. How tall's Regan?
Yeah.
Regan is a
Five-
6-footer.
and a half.
Right?
Yeah, I'm like the same height as Regan.
Okay, then that's 181 centimeter.
Yeah, round
Oh,
about the same, because we are about the same height. He's just very
How
wide.
many professional shows have you done? Or
Quite a lot now.
total?
Shit.
Or even
I started
total?
doing professional shows in 2018. Obviously, didn't do well at first. I was like 12th in my first show. Didn't place in Tampa in my second show. Then I did New York Pro, got like 8th, and then I got 3rd in Spain, 3rd in. I've done quite a lot, and then I got my first win in 2020 in the Europa Pro, and then I won the British Grand Prix, and then I won the Tsunami Cup, Italy, which qualified me for the last Olympia, and then it's just been Olympia in between there. So it's just been. I actually regret doing less shows once I qualified. I got 3rd in the Arnold UK. This year I'd like to do more shows if I can. Put it that way, because I think. Once you're at your peak in your career, it's a time to strike. Ultimately, we bodybuild because we want to present. And at the same time, also, it's a chance for you to just encapsulate the best of you, physically, like to be able to look back at your legacy or whatever you want to call it, pictures and stuff, and be like, you know what, that was the year where I probably was my best. But yeah, I think I've done like 13 shows now as a pro.
And you won 3, right?
I won 3. The last 3 regular shows I've done minus the UK Arnold, which I got 3rd.
And what about amateur?
Amateur, I did quite a lot, man. I won the British Championships as a junior, like Nathan Diasha, because he was my role model. Then I won the super heavies, but missed the overall to Nathan Diasha because he won the overall because he's better than me. And then I won the overall and super heavy in 2017. So I won the British 3 times, won quite a lot of qualifiers.
So the juniors, what's the age of the juniors?
Under 21s.
Under 21.
Yeah,
Is
I started in
that
2008.
how you turned pro to win the British?
Yeah, the overall 2017.
So they still do that? The British champ gets
No, it stopped. That was the last one. That was the last one that he did that way. So it's 1 pro card a year. So I won the last 1 pro card a year. So I'm well happy about that because I feel like they're a little bit too easy to get now. Not being horrible, but come on, man. You can do one. I can fly to some remote country and go and get a pro card like just because I fancy it.
Yeah.
Which, it's not quite the same. we got the plaque. Well, because we got the plaque in the gym. I've got the plaque with the originals. So it's got Dorian, Flex Lewis, Zach Khan, Grant Thomas, James Llewellyn, everyone, all of the, Eddie Abu, all the British champions overalls, and I'm on that little list. So that's why I'm happy, because that's a career in itself. Even if you walked away with that, you're like, wow, I did that.
Yeah.
But the career's gone a lot further than expected. So just got to keep pushing.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same they used to do at goals with the USA and the national champions. When did they stop that? Are they still doing it? Chris, are you here with us?
Yeah.
Just double checking.
I was checking out this.
Just double checking. Make sure you still
I was checking
alert.
out the shot where you were.
Yeah, he looks crazy, right?
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
are they still putting up the USA champs at goals, or they stopped?
Yeah, they stopped.
Okay.
They stopped
shame,
a
innit?
while ago, huh?
Yeah, it stopped a while ago.
Yeah, maybe it's because I don't know.
It's-
Maybe it's because the
maybe
USA
it's-
used to
maybe
be
it's more social-
one pro card, and now I think how many is it at the USA?
Maybe I don't know.
60?
I don't know. Do you think social media had a big hit on the way things were working before?
Well, social media definitely killed the magazines.
Business has had the biggest impression,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because now it's such a
but
business.
for the
first.
athletes itself, social media is, if you understand, and if you are willing to put content out, it's a good source of income for people.
For sure. Yeah.
You
Do
know,
really
I
well.
mean, I
Yeah,
see
but it
people.
seemed like a lot of gyms left and right are starting to come down on all those tripods and shit.
Oh, really? It's about time.
Yeah, you got like 10 tripods going on in the gym, man. That takes away from the intensity, doesn't it?
I saw.
It can.
I saw somebody getting pissed because somebody put the tripod.
Oh yeah. I
And
saw
somebody
that.
walked through. He got pissed
I saw
because he
that.
walked in his camera.
It's one of them, like, because
I
obviously
would
now
see
have
that.
the
I
gym.
would kick that whole thing out the
Yeah.
fucking door.
Now I have the gym. I'm like, the number one thing is this, yeah. If you know you're going to be a problem, fuck off. Don't be a problem.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you
if you're
allow
clearly-
people with tripods in your gym?
Yeah, if it's quiet and if they're like on their own, if they've got a training partner, I'm like, look, why do you need a tripod? You've got a training partner who can move out of the way of people and happily help film a set for you. So there's like, because it's accepting this new school because they are your members, but it's also like showing them that you can do it, but not be a arsehole. Because at the end of the day, listen, I don't let people film at the weekends at all in the gym because it's the busiest time. So no people can come in and film on the weekends.
It's not even so much some people filming. It's who. I'm
Well,
like, I'm
everyone's
looking at
entitled
people.
now.
Who the
Everyone's
fuck are you
entitled now.
filming yourself? Who the fuck can't wait to see this shit?
There's no muscle yet. Like
I'm
whatever those
trying to
exercises
understand
trying to
what
build.
is it. I said,
Do you know what? It's
Not
really
even-
tough because you know what, lads, like, because I'm like in between the age groups. So I'm in that crossover where I'm like trying to encourage, I try to encourage the youngsters now, but I'm also having to somehow like manage the change. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like the person between you and them. And I'm obviously a fan of what was before me, which is you guys. But now I'm having to kind of somehow manage and negate the issues that come with today's ways of approach. Because there is a lot of issues, but at the same time, it's so far gone that I can't change it, so I have to somehow manage it. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean?
My thing is like, how many times can you film arm curls or push downs? Like you've done it a few weeks.
Oh, for sure,
You
absolutely.
keep going around and around with the same stuff, or
You
what?
know what it is, though, isn't it? Majority of this is because society's become really fucking soft, and we all want self-approval or approval from others. And the easiest way to get it is you put something out there and someone else puts you a like. So the problem is
Yeah.
everyone's fucking depressed unless they get likes. Whereas we should all just be happy and do stuff.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like it's not okay. It's not okay for us to
Okay,
just go and enjoy
I just
ourselves.
wish they made some gains first and then fucking.
Yeah, but all that shit started with the females, man. The
It did,
females
it did.
with
And
the
the introduction,
fucking
it
the
did,
females
it did.
and the selfies. I can't see another woman go somewhere and
And
in front of
look
everybody
up-
like there's nobody
Hey,
in the room but herself.
Look up to the corner. Look
I'm
up to
telling
the
you,
corner.
I'm so sick and tired.
Shoulder shrug.
I think there's a
Yeah.
lot of estrogen in the water these
Bounce
days.
the shoulder.
And
I think that's the problem.
I would feel
need-
I would be too shy to do that shit in front of people.
Hopping that booty up and down.
Dude, I get embarrassed. I get embarrassed with like posing in a gym, even my own gym, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's people that walk in there that if I look like them, no disrespect, if I look like them, I definitely wouldn't want to show.
Yeah.
But they're more confident than me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I'm getting ready for the Arnold. I don't even want to take my top off.
Yeah.
But it's a difference in mythology. I don't know, like something with the generation has changed a lot. And I can't pinpoint it because I'm not that generation. It's a fucking
Hey, I saw this one cat at the Olympia with his shirt off in the audience, posing so he can get some content with the Olympia background behind him. I saw
Wow.
I'm trying to do this shirt off.
Why can't we just take it back, man?
Uh,
That's why I love, like, I got friends like, Amph Bales, Nasty Leroy Davis, those guys. I love those guys because they take the piss out of the guys now all the time on their social media. Like Amp's done a post today where he's bending over using a leg curl to do a row, like hamstring curl. And he said my favorite exercise because he's just taking the piss out of the youngsters now. And it does make me laugh. Listen, you can't beat him, take the piss. I have to fucking just laugh. It's one of those.
Your countryman, my former athlete, Rob Cannon.
Yeah,
He was posing in some British gym, right? He was doing a video for me. And this lady, he just kept saying to him and said, I don't want you naked. He just wanted to do a quick posing video. He said, no. They get an argument, check it out. You should see that.
But then that's the weird thing, isn't it? Like, so a professional, like, there should be a line. A professional needs to pose because it's part of the profession.
Yeah, but yeah.
And yet he's the one getting told off.
Offended.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dennis, you said you make a content, so that's that double-edged sword. Everybody wants to make a content, so
and most of the content even phony and made up.
I say that to whistleblower,
but it's made up though. It's like when we would train at the Venice gym, you didn't have to tell someone that you're doing 5 plates on the incline or you're about to squat 8 plates or whatever the hell on the squat. But people came around and the whole gym is watching, and but no one had to call someone over.
I'm about to do this, boys.
This is the thing that would happen. But now I was watching something last night. This guy was like, hey, everybody come around. We're going to get a PR or some shit. And I was like, man, you shouldn't have to call people around if it's insignificant.
Yeah, man. Like, you're meant to be in there every day just doing what you do regardless. Whether people are there or not, you should be picking up some fucking steel and moving it around.
Yeah.
That's the difference between,
Do you tape your every workout now?
I tape some just because it's the Arnold prep. And
yeah, you should.
Again, it's just...
it should be documented. I mean, right now I'm looking through my archives, and I wish we did more. Like when Dennis was in gym. I mean, he has some crazy fucking workouts. We didn't really tape it. It was just like Mitsuru Okabe and
because we were different.
Busy, just working.
We didn't really want anybody with the camera in our face and following us. That wasn't in.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't, man. Milos, after each workout, he tried to take some pictures. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
but
he came with his camera trying to come on, let me take a couple pictures. Let me take them.
But was it ever your best workouts when you have a camera going on filming you?
No.
It's never your best workout. So that's what I'm saying. It takes away from the workout itself to do that. And it takes away from the intensity, and it takes away from, and the gains in the long run.
It's true.
But I'll tell you this, if we would have known back then that social media is going to be this powerful,
would have feel more.
And if we should have taped all that crazy stuff.
Imagine the views
and
now
you can still
YouTube,
put it out.
Monetization. Yeah. I still watch, like, I find myself going back to the older stuff anyway. Like, I still see the videos of like Chris and Flex in Golds. And then I was watching the other day. What one was I watching the other day that you made an appearance in, Milos? Fuck, who was it? Melvin Anthony. I was watching Melvin the other day. Dennis, obviously, the Titan video you did, the DVD, I had that. So yeah, I still find myself going back and watching because there's a rawness to the original footage that's just not happening. Everybody wants to make it cinematic now, don't they? Everybody's trying to be cinematic. And I say to my film guide for the AMA, for the IFB AMA we do, I say, please just film the sets. And I want the whole set there. I don't even want to fucking speak because I just want it to be bodybuilding, like how it was with you guys. Just I shouldn't have to explain the science behind because there is no science. I'm just moving some weight and I'm trying hard. And that's it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I want.
You got to use some big words. Don't forget about
Chris,
that.
The funniest thing is like I was watching Blood and Guts the other day and I'm looking at Dorian using the hammer low row. And I know in my head that Dorian is not thinking about anything other than pulling that thing back as far as he can. Right. And there's everybody now saying, are you driving down with the elbow? Are you tucking the shoulder? And it's like,
I know.
You know what I mean? It's like
like it's going to
Dude,
make a
he's
huge
had one of the
difference.
best backs in the, yeah, dude had one of the best backs in the world because he was just aggressively in pursuit of being able to move something from A to freaking B as heavy as
Okay,
possible.
but but also he's picking out the most effective exercises.
Yeah, he's got his order. He
And you
knows what
don't,
that does.
and
Yeah.
you're not like, okay, this week I'm gonna show you this, and this week I'm gonna.
Yeah.
But the
It's
physique ain't there. The physique ain't there. So why do I believe that you know what the fuck you're doing when the physique
Can't
ain't even
believe.
there?
I don't care if you've got a few numbers or a few letters in front of your name. It doesn't mean
Yeah,
shite.
yeah.
It doesn't mean shite, you know.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's good to have these conversations because I sometimes feel like I'm in the wrong space sometimes. So when I talk to guys like yourselves or Amp for now, I kind of remember why, and it makes bodybuilding still fun for me.
Yeah.
It's
know,
good
yeah.
to
I still
see
watch
that
a lot
you're
of stuff.
still old school when it comes to training and everything.
Dude, 100%.
It's
Like
even better.
if there's, I do dumbbells. Every other exercise I do is a free weight. So like if I'm doing 2 exercises on a lateral, I'll do a machine maybe, but I also do a dumbbell. If I do rear flies, I'm doing a dumbbell and I'm doing a machine. I fucking love to use the free weights and just get the barbell out and row. I barbell row every back day, like without fail. I would never give that a miss.
Yeah.
You know me, I squat when I squat. Like,
You still bench press every time.
I bench press a lot, quite often. Yeah, I still like a flat bench. I'm like Chris. I love flat bench and incline bench. Love it.
Yeah.
Always loved it. And if you get injured on that, I will say this: it's kind of, listen. There's risks. It's bodybuilding. Like if you're committed to a cause, you're gonna get strong on stuff. You're gonna have to move stuff, and there is risk. You know, some people get injured. Kevin got injured, but he came back, bounced back because he's a bodybuilder. So I'm not gonna phase out an exercise in fear of the risk when I know it's a bloody good exercise.
Yeah. Speaking
Everybody
of that,
signed up for the same shit on that contract.
okay, Chris and Dennis. Okay, think about back in our times. Have you ever done chest workout without both bench and incline?
No.
Yeah,
No.
it's always there. You have to.
You have to.
You know,
That's
something
like
legs.
that's like eating bread and just putting jam on
No
the
butter.
and no peanut butter underneath. Come on.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, the legs. You know, if I don't do squats, it doesn't count. You know, that's how it was. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same. If I do a chest session and there's no incline pressing in it and flat, then it's not even a chest session.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace.
And you don't really see people squatting like that no more.
Yeah, yeah.
I love squatting, but I have got, like Milos will tell you, I've got a bad knee at the minute, but I've been able to work around it, but it just means I can't squat, unfortunately.
Yeah, but now there's pendulum squats, there's squat machines that you can use. So
Right.
they're way advanced now. I mean, I remember when I started training, I was training in Thailand, man. We built the machines. We didn't have a lot of stuff. Everything that was there, you had to use it, you know. So we didn't have all this fancy stuff that they have nowadays. And I'm not saying machines are bad, because now some of the machines they have right now are really awesome.
Yeah. It's funny actually, the other day talking to you now, Dennis, I was talking to a group of my friends and I was like, have a look at Dennis back in the NABA days and watch him, how he used to move. And I got up a video of you doing one of your routines. It must have been in the universe.
When I was still pop locking.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. My friends didn't realize how long you'd been competing for because they were like talking about the 03 Olympia and that. I said, dude, like he was putting in work since the 90s. Like, have a look at this. So I was just showing them some of the old the footage, and it's really cool to see.
93 was my first universe in Birmingham. And I remember the first
how long did it
universe.
take to prepare for it? Like, how long were you training before that universe?
Who, me? Oh, I started training in March 92, and I stood on the stage in October 93.
Oh, shit.
The universe.
Yeah.
At the universe.
At the universe in England, Birmingham. I got an invite from the back then it was the world president. His name was Klaus Hoffmann. He said, "Listen, I want you to compete at our quali." They had a qualification show for the German national team. Back then, everything was with national teams. So the whole team would travel. So they called that show Night of Champions. And they said, this is the qualifier. Whoever wins his class or his category, they go to the universe. And back then, there was only bodybuilding. And then there was women. It was almost like figure, but they did poses. They had posing routines. You remember that, James?
Yeah, I watch it still now. I go back and watch a lot of the
So
other
I don't know
stuff.
if they still do, but anyways. So, and he wanted me to come there and just compete, but the judges, they won't give me no scores. because he didn't know who I was. It was my first
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
So I go out there and I killed it.
You look good, man.
They had
Like,
Mustafa.
I like those.
They had
Yeah.
Mustafa Mohammed was the guest poser.
Oh,
He was the guest because he won the Worlds and the NABA Universe in '92.
wow.
So he was the
history
guest
there.
poser at that show in '93 where I competed for the first time. And they asked, I had to come out 2 more times to do 2 more routines. And at the end, they even gave me the smoke and the fire lights that was supposed to be for Mustafa.
That's wicked. Dennis, you know what as well? Do you remember in 2006, I think you guest posted at the South Coast in England? I was there.
Yes, 2006.
I was there for that. It might have been one of your last ones over here. You was with John Hodgson, who you both did a guest pose. I was watching that show.
Where?
2006, I think
Where?
it was. South Coast. It was in Portsmouth, I believe, in England.
Portsmouth. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
That was one of my first experiences of bodybuilding because 2 years later I won the juniors. So you were kind of one of the guys I was watching.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. Great times.
Yeah.
Great times.
No, that was awesome. Yeah, anyways.
Those England tours are fun, man.
I bet.
Those England bodybuilding tours are fun as fuck.
Yeah, there was. I can't remember the couple that took care of me while I was there, man.
It might have been the Bridges. It might have been.
I
Sarah
stayed with them.
Sarah?
They took care. I mean, I
I
can't
remember
believe.
Sarah, man.
Huh?
Yeah, I think it might have
It
been.
was cool, Sarah.
Yeah, I think it might have been Sarah and her husband, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a couple.
Take care
Yeah,
of me.
Yeah.
yeah.
I might have seen. Chris, when did you last do an appearance here?
I did one right before it was late 90s, like maybe around 98 or 99.
That's the
I
last
remember
time you've been to
For the
England.
99 Olympia, Dorian came to the guest posing and I did a seminar and then I posed and he was like, I don't think he's gonna make it for the show.
Yeah, but Chris,
And
you've been to
then
England
I-
after that.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
sure.
Yeah, I went to England after that for sure.
Well, we did the
definitely
Grand
went to
Prix.
England
We
after that,
did the
and you
Grand
trained- and
Prix
you
in
tra- and-
England.
Yeah,
well, I
you
know,
trained
but
with
I'm
Dorian
done.
that time.
Come on, like a tour, like a posing
Oh,
tour.
like guest appearances.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
We need to get you guys back over, don't we? We need to.
Yeah, last time I was there is Dennis. You and I should supposed to fly from Serbia. Then you got sick, so I went alone. But then I did a couple of seminars with Dorian. They were traveling. Brian Bachadorf, right? And yeah, it was really special, you know, because listening to Dorian at a seminar is quite something. He's just like, he makes so much sense, right?
Without saying a lot, I know. Like
Yeah.
with Dorian, it's like
Yeah.
there's no fluff. What he says is very straight, but you get exactly what you need from it, and you don't get confused. It's crazy.
I remember I was on a tour
What is
one
fluff?
time. Hey, I was on a tour one time and I was hanging out with Kevin a lot. And we went from the few shows. This is the last stop, the last stop of the first part of the tour when we go back to back those shows in those countries. And then we went to England and I'm like, oh, let's go. He's like, let's go shopping. Like, okay, let's go shopping. Go find some shoes and shit. So we went to go find some shoes. It was like on a Sunday, I believe. Like hardly anything was open, but I was just checking my abs. Let me just check my abs in the mirror, right? So I'm like looking over. Everything's full of welts, just fucking swollen welts. Like I ate something my body.
You had an allergic reaction.
Yeah. And I was like, oh shit. I was
You
like, I
didn't
gotta
feel it?
No.
It wasn't itchy and nothing?
Look, and then itch yet. Not yet.
So
But
thank
it's-
God for checking your abs. Otherwise, you would have
Yeah,
found out.
then it started itching. But then I went back to the hotel and I called the hotel doctor. And you guys didn't have any Benadryl at the time in the country. They didn't serve Benadryl then.
Oh,
It was just some kind of cream or some shit. This is like in it was before you guys had Benadryl, that's for sure. And I was like, damn, I was like so self-conscious. I had the show coming up and it was just starting to spread. And the guy just said, hey man, the doctor's like, we got some cream, but it's not really gonna help you. You're probably gonna have to just let it ride out.
They didn't give you no shot?
Huh?
Did he give you no shot?
Nah, you didn't have nothing.
What would they do for allergic reactions in the UK?
honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Let
Yeah,
you
man.
fly.
And then it was like my whole side of my leg was one big welt. I had no cut under the welt.
Chris probably went to the doctor. The doctor like, what the
I had
fuck
to
is
go.
that?
I had to go. I had to go on stage like that, man. That shit sucked.
Oh, really?
How did it place?
I don't know. Maybe
You don't want to remember.
maybe 6 to 7.
That's one show I don't want to remember because I don't know.
Yeah,
Wasn't great.
Dennis, you had some severe allergic reaction you told me about once. That you looked like a lobster.
In Thailand, lobster, like more like a fucking alligator.
Oh, what skin like went what like?
I
dry or
had
something?
it was fuck. What was the name of the fruit? It looks like it's a fruit.
Prune.
No. It's red and has like this hairy thing. And you open it up, lychee or something similar.
Oh, lychees.
Lychee or whatever. Yeah. So I never had that before, and I'm laying in bed, right? And I was like, you know what? I ate 2 or 3 of them,
Rash.
and I'm in bed, and 20 seconds later, I can feel like scratchy throat. I said, what the fuck? Bro, another 10 seconds later, I was itching everywhere. I was not scratching, but I was rubbing. It was so bad. I'm like, fuck, I got to get up. So I went up and I went into the bathroom. I turned the light on, and I saw myself in the mirror. I couldn't believe what I looked like. I was like, God.
Bright red as well.
Not only red, I was swollen. My lats was here. I'm standing like this, puffing.
Oh shit.
So I had a friend. Did you ever meet Edward Milos, the Taiwanese guy with the foot massage?
Yeah.
Thank God he was staying with me that night, and he was in the other room. And so I knocked on his door. I said, Edward, I said, you got to take me to the hospital. He said, what's wrong? I turned on the light. He's like, whoa! I scared the shit out of him. And we went to the hospital, and they gave me a shot. And the itch and all that was immediately, literally almost like a couple of minutes later, it was gone.
Right.
But that scared
What
the
is
shit
that,
out of
man?
me.
Like, because I've only ever had one reaction from one thing. It was a yam. I peeled a yam, peeled the skin off, the sticky sap inside got on my skin, red and burning straight away. But I can eat sweet potatoes and any other form of like ground vegetable, but a yam messed me up.
Yeah. Same with me with
God
peach.
knows- yeah.
I had
What's
this
that
in
about?
California, peach. Shit.
Strange. Very strange.
I bought peaches at Ralph's. You know, they had them big ones. And I love peach. I've been eating peach all my life. And I put them in the fridge, and one I washed, ate it, fine. The next one, I remember I got picked up, I grabbed it out of the fridge and just ate it in the car.
Wash it, yeah.
And literally,
It's wash your
literally
fruit,
10
guys.
minutes, not even 10 minutes, my eyes started puffing up. I was like,
not good.
whoever was in the car with me said, take me to the hospital. He said, why? I said, just take me to the hospital.
You knew it was coming.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
Since then, I don't eat any peach because I'm scared.
Scared of the peach doing that again. I don't blame you, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable. Yeah, man.
See, allergic reactions, it's not fun. Some people, they swell, their throats will swell up. You can't breathe.
The one when people got nut allergies is the worst.
Yeah.
I notice. Yeah, man.
But my skin swelled up. I looked like I was twice the weight that I normally was, and it was crazy. It's unbelievable. From a fucking little fruit.
That's crazy.
It shows, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, so that brings us to the best part of the show.
How you gonna ask James to go give prediction?
Why not? He's a competitor. He's all he has to do is just honest.
It's not gonna bet, are you?
Huh? It's
Not
not.
gonna bet.
There's no money on this. So
Yeah, might as well start with him.
no, we're gonna start with Milos today.
Come on. Last
Tough
time
one for
you
Milos,
started
but-
with me because
Okay, let's consider this. Let's consider. I mean, Hardy. Let's say Hardy is in the show. I still believe Hardy is in the show.
yeah.
Okay. Rubiel is out. We know that.
See, that's definite.
Yeah.
Definite. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
would have said go for it, but
he's celebrating, having parties and shit. He's not getting ready for no Arnold. He's like, Chris, look at Chris. Chris
I
is
know one
disappointed.
guy. Hey, listen, I know.
well, I
one
mean,
guy
if
in the
it, were,
game
bro, if it was
that-
me, have fucking put my foot on the gas
Yeah.
a month or so ago and been ready.
How long?
'Cause he
How
was
long have you
fat
know? How long
starting
have you known that he's not doing it? Be honest.
Well, here's the thing. I know he was cleaned out, and I know he wasn't on anything when he was making these posts. So I was like, just hoping I can get him and be just, help him start, building, and he can just hopefully.
So, but what was the reason for him it's not coming to TJ to train?
He was on vacation still. I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, Dennis, Chris had him top 3, and then next week he was not in the top 5.
Yeah, last week he had him 4th.
He still have them, but
I was starting to lose my grip.
all right.
All right, Milos, we're going to start with you. Top 5 at this year's Arnold.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to change from last week. I had Samson, Hardy, James. Okay, that was my top 3, and then I had Horse and Rafael. In whichever order, this is the thing. We haven't seen Rafael's pictures until just a few days ago, when you can see that he put considerable amount of size. So he was really in good condition at Olympia. So if you think his structure, shape, aesthetics, more size, he can be dangerous. Listen, it's like a couple of other guys that 3 guys probably that we didn't even mention. I said John De La Rosa is probably too small. Now I'm hearing, he put some major size, so if he did put some size and he has that structure, shape, and completeness, he is dangerous. Akeem Williams is a monster that plays.
Been top 6 at Olympia before.
Yeah, you can never discount him. Dennis, you have Justin Rodriguez.
Well, don't worry about that. Was last week. Okay, I'll get to that in a second.
But for me, I started with this top 5 originally, right? I had my 3 guys in the top 5, and you were laughing about.
Who was laughing?
You were laughing.
I was not laughing about the guys. I was just laughing about the fact that you put you would have your top 5 and you get 3 guys in the top 5. It doesn't matter who was in the show. It could have been Derek, Hardy, Samson, Rami, fucking Brandon. You would still have them all in the top 5. That's why I was laughing.
On that note, because nobody wants me to be too analytical, but instead of just saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, why? I do think that Samson can win on his strengths over Hardy. Hardy has his strengths that we all know for, but I think it's going to be Samson's time. He's going to be more polished, a little bit drier, a little bit leaner. He knows what he's going to. He can see also James being in this kind of crazy condition. James is focusing on his strengths, so he said in the beginning, right? Can he outsize, or maybe out-detail the chest, intercostals of Hardy? They're the poses that you have to give it away.
Can he out-detail Samson?
Yeah, he can. Yes.
He will.
I believe I've got him on detail. It's just that Samson's got such a nice structure, flow, fullness. So, you can't take away from him his strengths, and they're different things, aren't they? They're totally different. Samson's got like the ideal.
So you
silhouette.
don't believe he can beat Samson? Is that what you're saying?
I can beat Samson. I can beat him.
Okay.
But
all right, just want to keep it. We'll just want to keep it.
Yes, whether he's 100% or not. It depends.
If competitor is going into the show, it's like, oh no, I'm gonna lose, and that was my case, and I admit it. I was going against all these guys. I said, there's no way I can beat Flex, right? There's no way I can beat Kevin. So I was going already in the show with this mentality.
Well, but it's different. But Milos, it's different if you are realistic and honest to yourself, or if you're fucking full of shit and you lying to yourself.
Yeah, there is a level of you have to.
Everybody's going to say the same. People that will not make top 10, they're saying, I believe I can win. Of course, but the realistic guys are the ones that say, like you, who said, I know there's no way I can beat Flex.
Yeah. The thing with this show,
maybe Chris,
and I'll be honest, the thing with this show, the thing with this show and someone like me, because for me to do well, I have to be my best ever. If I'm not, a lot of the guys can beat me. And that's the truth.
How
Ralph
many
could beat
times-
me.
Yeah.
What's your
Okay,
percentile?
Milos, who was fourth and who was fifth? I forgot.
The fourth was Horst and fifth was Rafael.
Horst.
But on that note, Dennis, you said it yourself that you knew that you cannot beat Chris if he comes 100% on, but you're counting that he
But
can
that's
be
being
on.
realistic. That
Yeah,
means being honest to myself. Who am I fooling? Who am I fooling?
So same thing for me going against Chris. I did manage to catch him a couple of times when he was a little bit off.
But
right?
I said when Chris was on.
Yeah.
I never said
So-
when he's off, he's going to beat me.
So, even though James is here,
Even
but
though he did.
If Samson is on,
He's hard to beat by anybody.
he's Mr. Olympia for next few years, right? The level of on that everybody wants him to be on, but then does he need to be exactly that level on? And I keep like, listen, James is slice and diced. The horse is going to be slice and diced, right? Hadi is known for his conditioning, right? So you know that you have to come closer to that, and then with this shape and size and everything else, you could be considered a winner.
It's one of these, isn't it?
He said, okay, if he's as he is right now, 273.6, and you see here he has a 1 pound to lose of body fat, and let's say 10 pounds of water. If he's 260, dry as a desert on the stage with this kind of muscularity and thickness and everything, and just creates illusion of the width,
And
every
fullness,
pose is
yes.
deadly.
Yeah.
What?
And
Every
if
pose
he
is
brings the
different.
fullness,
James. So how many shows, like, if you gave yourself a percentile, like you were happy with the look or not happy with the look? Let's say you're on for you, happy with the look, that would bring you up. The ones you were down, not happy with the look, would bring you down a percentage. What type of percentage do you think you would have?
I think I've been
overall the whole career.
Dude, I think I've only been probably about 85%. I don't know how to. I'll be honest with you, I've never known how to peak for a show.
well,
I've always guessed.
and we'll
I've
never
always
know.
guessed.
We'll never know because
It's never
even
landed
if you're at
right.
your best this time, you're going to be at your best, and you still don't know what is
No,
100%.
I know. I've different shows have had different looks. When I won the Tsunami, I was bursting full. I was so full it made everyone else look flat. But was it as detailed as I would have liked? Probably not. So it's like trying to marry those. The Arnold UK, I was a little bit more detailed, but I wasn't as full. I know there's something in between, and I know that I've improved because I've been consistent for another year and a half of training, and I train very thorough. So I have to believe that year and a half has elevated me like Samson elevated in that time that he took.
I think your training improved in the last couple of years more so than
For sure.
before that. I've been
definitely.
noticing, and then you started to get more out of your body and starting to get that look. You've been through a lot. We all been through. We all have our scars from the sport.
For sure.
And you feel like veterans and everything. Do you feel like you come full circle now? And you're fully veteran out, and your mentality behind everything you do?
Chris, I feel like if there's a time, now is it. It feels like I've got to grips with the amount of training I have to do, the volume, the frequency, the food types. Like everything has led to this point. Every experience before this point has made it clear what I have to do because I know what I need to not do. So I'm just, small part of me is just praying that confidence is true and that it will show when
you're going to have to do it. Matter you first call out or second call out or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You gotta remain on that same mentality.
Yeah.
You can make it up. You can whatever it is. If you slip and fall or whatever, you gotta keep that same mentality. I think throughout the show.
All right, Chris.
I would put together a couple shows just to be like like you say, you're in your groove.
Yeah.
The posing, the abs, everything to come together. You got a good groove with Milos. I would just take full advantage of it, man.
For sure. The plan, obviously, the two Arnolds are booked in. There's potential there to do the Detroit Pro. And then who knows, maybe even like New York or something.
Oh, when is the Detroit Pro? That's in April.
That's April. Yeah.
So you want to do that one too?
Potentially. The only reason I haven't is just because I've just invested heavily in the gym. So money's a little bit like, so it's kind of like just keeping an eye on how things are going because I'm obviously making sure the business is operating well. If I win, if I do well in one of them shows, there's no
300,000,
problem,
I mean.
mate. That would sort me right out. Mate,
Chris.
I could pay off the record with my mortgage.
Huh, there you go. Chris,
What up?
top 5 this year's Arnold.
Me, I went first last time.
Well, Milos
I
already did his, so you second.
And
What
listen,
was
I have
my
no
last-
offense to
what
anyone's
was mine
picks.
last
Like
week?
I said, if I'm not in that top 5 in the people's predictions, it's not a problem because my part of being a bodybuilder is to, in a year's time, to be able to sit down with you guys again and say, "Do you remember when?" And
Yeah.
work so that we all go, you know what?
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
good
yeah.
that we said that because it motivated you. So
Yeah, what
I
was
respect
mine
that.
last week?
I'm not going to tell you. I want to know what this week
Tell
is.
me.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
I'll tell you
You had
after.
Samson first.
You had
I-
Rubio.
No, you had Samson first.
got
You had the second,
Mm.
and you had I do think that you had James third.
No.
I had it somewhere.
No,
I
you
don't
didn't.
remember where.
Yeah, but anyway, you
Come on.
did switch
We're
to
taking out
Samson last
Rubio.
week.
Huh?
Huh?
Come on, Chris.
Did
First place?
Samson.
oh, he's thinking for second. You're thinking for second place. Wow.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because
Because what? Elaborate.
You think that'd be a sure Huddy, didn't
I just
we?
don't know if who's going to be in the damn show.
Well, let's just think everybody's in but Rubio.
Everybody but All right, put Hottie second.
Okay.
Third horse. And long as horse comes in with the cuts and not that smooth cut look, he's gonna be pretty dangerous.
He's a big chap.
And then I think no Rubio. Pains me to say. God damn.
No, Rubio. Come on, Chris. I know you're not disrespecting James while he's on
No,
the
he's
show.
not disrespect. This is what I said.
No, I'm gonna.
Because I'm yet to come on.
I'm
how
trying
I
to
need
see. I'm trying to see.
James, I'm just messing with him. Don't worry.
You know.
Don't mess with me, man. Shit. Oh, Brandon, and then I put James there.
Who?
Brandon,
Raf.
Brandon.
Brandao. Oh, Raphael.
Brandon,
Brandon.
Brandon.
Raphael.
That's an actor, right?
And James.
Brandon.
That's pretty much almost the same as you had that last week. You had Ruby L in fourth, and this week you have Raphael in fourth. Okay.
Again, Raf is world class. Like this
I'm going to
top
go
10 Olympia.
before James. I'm going to go. See, I like to mix things up a little bit because you guys were sticking to the same shit every damn week. Like
Well, I didn't even know what I had last week because you guys didn't want to tell me. So
I'm telling you now, you had the same thing, but Ruby L in fourth. This week you have Raphael in fourth.
okay.
All right,
Well,
I'm going to go. I can't help but say that Hardy will be absolutely incredible. Samson. Last week I had
Rafael.
Raphael in third. I'm going to put James in third this week. I'm going to put, I had Justin Rodriguez in fourth last week, and I'm looking at his pictures this week, and I don't know what it was. A couple of weeks ago, his pictures just maybe it kind of tricked me into something that I didn't see no more this week. It looks like, yeah, it looks good in a strange light, but when you really zoom in and you look at him, you see that it's not really what I thought it was. So he's no longer in the top 5 for me. So I'll have Raphael in fourth and Horse in fifth.
Yeah.
Still the same guys, but without Justin. So, James, I know you're competing, but you can still be honest. You know, put you where you see yourself. You know,
I
and,
think
and it doesn't
realistically,
matter.
it'll be
This
a-
is not, you know, people don't put money on our predictions, so don't worry.
Sure.
They're gonna
I
get a
think
call from the
realistically,
commission.
you've got the champ coming back. You've got Samson. He's going to get his time on stage. They're going to give him his time to show and prove himself. And if he's even 1% better, they will be happy with that, and that will carry him massively. Huddy is fresh off the Olympia in second place and thirsty as fuck. So he's going to be better than the Olympia. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So then it's going to come down to, can Samson, being 1% or whatever better, beat Huddy, who just beat him at the Olympia by a spot? And that's where it's different. You're on Samson's turf now because he's the champ. And I think that carries weight. I would like to say
but
I can be third.
Should it carry weight?
I feel like it.
Or should we judge what we see?
We should judge what we see, but I also think there's a lot of energy in bodybuilding, and energy is just as important as what we see in front of
People
us.
are people, huh?
Yeah, you know, we're humans at the end of the day, and we cheer for who we cheer for. And when the champ's coming back, it's like a Rocky Balboa kind of situation. We're like, you know, unless you, again, like they say, unless you knock the champion out clearly, it's like,
Yeah, but they focused on mentioning that that's not the case with the
they
judges.
say that. They say that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, won't we? Because let's be honest, did anyone knock Huddy out this year? I don't think they did. I don't think Huddy was knocked out at the Olympia. I think Huddy was most people's pick for the Olympia. So just, you know, that being said, and then I'd like to say I can be third. Will I be third? I don't know. I would like to be third.
Okay, so you
because
have,
listen,
who is in first?
first, I think Samson can hold his own. I think he can get it.
Okay, Samson. And then you put Hardy in second
Yeah.
and put yourself in third. Good call.
It's weird because I'll put myself in third, and listen, in 4 weeks' time, I might be like, oh well, I'm fucking dead last. But if I'm
I
where I
guarantee you
think I
that this is
can
not
be,
going to happen.
yeah, if I am where I need to be, then I think I can beat the people because I have beaten many of these before.
Right. So 4 and 5.
It's got to be Raf and Horse, in my opinion. But then if John's come back from this bicep injury, John's really dangerous. He's got great taper. If he's sharp, there's no reason why he couldn't challenge.
Yeah, we never even once talked about John De La Rosa, man. What's wrong with us?
Yeah, because John's great, man. One of the best quarter turners in bodybuilding when he's on. And if him and Patrick can nail it, then there's no reason why he ain't challenging.
I did mention his name as being good, but then I mentioned he's not big enough, and then they tear me apart on YouTube comments like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" and all that shit.
But then you got guys that no one's mentioning, like Antoine, who
Antoine Vaillant, yeah,
he's going to be in better shape. He's going to be in better shape than pretty much everybody.
Yeah,
but
Antoine is good, but he doesn't have the. I
the
don't think he
ratios.
has what it takes for any of these guys.
it's the ratios. It's the top to bottom.
Yeah.
You know, it's
don't
the
have
pop
any-
And
upper
I don't
body.
think
That
from
is right.
I don't know, I might be wrong, but I don't think he's as good as he was.
I just think with him, he's just leg dominant, and training wise, it's probably prioritize the upper body for a year.
Maybe
Would
I'm
probably
wrong,
help.
but he looks downsized to me.
We'll see. Maybe because I think he's chasing condition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going hard for condition because he knows he doesn't have the best structure.
But
one of those
condition
games,
is
isn't it?
nice, but then again, you still have to have size compared to these guys. You can't stand next to a Hardy, next to a Samson, next to a you, not being full and big.
Yeah, no,
Condition
absolutely.
alone is going to get you
It's,
so
it's a
far.
tough one.
It's a
I
tough
will
one.
say, I think Horse has got a lot of momentum going into the show, and I think Raf has from his top 10. So I would predict they'll be top 5.
Yeah. I would like to see
Obviously-
Antoine do really good because,
Yeah.
you know,
He's a great guy.
mean,
If I'm not top 5, then you could put John De La Rosa in there for sure in some position,
yeah.
I think.
Well, can I say this? Initially, you said there's confidence and arrogance, of course. You know, so when you say something, oh, they might consider you arrogant, but it's a completely different story. I love the way you were talking from very beginning. You on some days you see yourself potentially winning, you know, and that's your confidence in you, right? You know what you have, what you bring on the table. You're going to focus on your strengths and hoping. Now, when you were giving predictions, you did give seniority to a champ, Samson, and second place finisher, Hadi. You put them above you. And you're saying that, yeah, you see yourself possibly third, but you might not be in top 5 because on any given day, anybody can beat anyone. It's not like a walk in the park.
No,
we
I know
did
that.
Focus on the sixth place
Wait.
finisher, the Akeem Williams, who can be absolute monster. When you think he was gone for a while, he probably has to bring something special. And
do you have a shoulder
surgery?
Surgery?
Yeah.
So that's gonna give you a different look. You're gonna have a different look because everything came down, the scar tissue,
Let's go back up. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to build that whole castle back up.
I'll say this, Milos.
Well, you know why I don't ask. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, James. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, if you ask me this question while I'm in the heat of training, then I'm winning.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different time of day. If it's in a gym and I'm training, then I'm slaying everybody. That's my mentality when I'm training, because it has to be.
It has to be. And
you can't be a pussy in the gym.
It has to be. I mean, you're bringing a lot that they have to deal with. I mean, we all know that. I just never had that confidence, and I was like so pissed off at me. I wish I had. I wish I had that little extra, and I was going into the fight like I have a chance of winning. I didn't. I was just gonna play somewhere. You legitimately a top 3 contender, and hey, if you bring something that you never brought before, which we are working on, detail that you have in your abs, intercostals, that Chris Cormier was also tell you before was not there.
Yeah.
Now it is, and now it is to the point that you can keep the stomach flat and abs deep and intercostals visible even from the front poses. Side poses are phenomenal. I've seen some of the video when your chest is like Dennis James, like fucking like right here. So if you have that crazy detail on the back, the only thing is missing would be that width from the poses that, as Dennis pointed out, hands on hip, most muscular stuff like that. But legs separated, swept, hanging hamstring, calves are there. So you are not missing anything. You are a definite contender. And we have 5 weeks to maintain this. And listen, when you have no body fat to lose, what are you going to bring? More detail. Detail from 5 days ago and today on the Christmas tree, like Dennis, as you point out, it was clearly visible. So I like you to focus more on that one, right? So every little detail squeeze out. I know that you train meticulously, and I know that you don't need to do the shoulder flexion, extension, the directions and all that stuff. But you know what? Just like plain squeezing the muscle, life out of the muscle, squeezing the juice out of the lemon kind of thing. That should be kind of last 5 weeks of training for the detail.
And this is the answer to why do you hire Milos. It's these conversations, they lift you up and keep you going in the direction. So that's the most important thing. I always say this when people ask me about Milos. It's like, yeah, all that knowledge is cool. I love knowledge, but the most important thing about someone like Milos is the way they encourage you and make you believe in yourself. And that's why I respect Milos a lot. And I'll come away from this conversation now motivated for the next however long, and it will show. So that's the really important thing.
Good, man.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to seeing you in Columbus.
Thank you.
And
man.
I'm looking forward to seeing you kick ass, because I know you will.
That's,
I know you will, because we don't see this every day. This graininess is not something that you be used to no more. Because who's out there grainy?
It's true. I've been prepping the skin way better this year as well.
Yeah.
If you notice, a little bit. Because one thing that really fucks me up a lot of the time is when you're super pale and you've got to put on so much tan. It's like putting on cake batter. I don't want that to happen this year. Nice thin layers. Ready to rock.
Old school
Are you
style.
going to keep the beard?
Yeah. I can't. I ain't got a chin. I've got a small chin. If I had a bigger chin, I'd keep it. I ain't got the manly jaw for it. Or was I? You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
Milos, quick question before we go. Who's going to be the main event at UFC 300?
I can't tell you.
What do you mean? What the fuck you mean you can't tell me?
I can't tell you.
Do you know?
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
You're gonna call me right after. No, I don't know.
There's 3 potential fights.
Yeah, exactly. So pick one of those.
Exactly.
Don't ask me.
All right. Hey, thanks, guys. James,
No, thank you, guys.
man,
Good to
4.5
catch up.
more weeks. Keep kicking ass, man. We'll see you in Columbus. Milos, Chris, thank you, guys. I appreciate
Columbus,
you.
guys.
Great to see you all. Thank you, guys.
Peace
man.
out.
Kick
Take
some
care.
ass today, brother.